Warning, spoilers ahead. Welcome to the Operation STRIX podcast. I am your host, The Crow. Joining me today is Cool Blue Rays.
Hi, guys.
And Roski Draftsman originally was here on the podcast talking with us. He actually had some audio trouble, so unfortunately he won't be able to make today's episode. But he is with us in spirit, literally listening into this podcast as we speak, so hopefully we do him proud. I also wanted to give a shout out to both him and Cool Blue for hooking us up with a wonderful new background, the new thumbnails that we're going to be using for all of our future podcast episodes, and a new icon. So we're getting very professional now. I'm quite happy with how far we've come so far. So thank you for that.
Episode 12, man.
Yeah, episode 12.
Feels
Yeah, you keep saying that, and I know I said this the last time when Roski was on here recording, but like I didn't think it was episode 12. Like that still blows my mind. Like
yeah, no, it's literally episode 12 of our podcast. It's insane.
We've been doing this since November? Like it's already it's already June. Like what the hell? Where did this year go?
Oh god, being an adult and just like time moving feels like so quickly, it's so slowly. Like it's so funny when like this has nothing to do with Spike's family. It's just so funny. Like we do these little things every day and it just builds up, and then you finally get a chance to look at like where you started at point A to point B and you're like, how the fuck did we get here? It's like we lived this. We should know what we're talking about. We're still like, whoa, we were like episode 12.
We are looking down memory lane right now. That's great. I love it. I love doing this podcast with you and Roski.
Yeah, and everyone else who gets to join in every once in a while, they're always so fun to have in and just bring in their own flavor and like perspective on things.
Yeah,
like all of our guests, you guys should know, are from our Spike's family server.
Yeah,
and we're all like really good friends with each other, which is why it's just a fucking blast when they get to come in and do this when they have like a small sliver of time.
Yeah, it's just so hard getting everybody on together at the same time and making everything work. So unfortunately we don't get on as many people as we'd like to, even though we've got a whole cast of colorful characters to choose from. Speaking of, we also have something planned later in the future. Can't really talk about it a whole lot right now, but it involves another podcast, so hopefully we'll be getting some future guests on the show, which is very exciting. Can't wait for that. But in the meantime, me and Blue, we're going to be discussing episodes 8 and 9.
9 and 10.
Oh, 9 and 10, excuse me, yeah.
Yes.
And as far as chapter 63, we're actually going to hold off on that until our next episode. We're going to try and record one next week, specifically for Roski, because 63 dealt with what was 63? Yeah, 63 dealt with
63.
Handler, and Handler is Roski's base, so we cannot talk about her without him present. So we're only going to be talking about the anime this week. Yeah.
That is Roski's wife, and we must respect their marriage and not talk about his wife without him around.
Behind his back, yes, exactly.
Yeah, no, we can't do that to our buddy Roski.
Right, so, but don't worry, we still got a lot to talk about with the anime, a lot of things we want to discuss. Yes. Well, I'm definitely admiring that scene with Yor on top of Lloyd, because...
Yeah, right.
Damn it, that was animated so good. Like, I was just like...
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Like, when we watched the animation spotlight video, ever since they pointed out the fact that they do a lot of POV shots, I can't stop, like, picking them out, like, everywhere now. Like, I saw that with Lloyd's POV of Yor just sitting on top of him and shoving him into the couch. I saw that with Yuri when his hand is reaching out because he wants to stop them from kissing, and then, like, the flashback and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, all that great, juicy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, the POV shots really sell it, yeah.
It really makes it so much more kind of intimate and dramatic because you literally are seeing these scenes play out through another character's lens. I don't know, like detailed and just more like you just feel like you're really in there
Yeah,
with
it's more
these
immersive.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word. It feels so much more immersive to be like you're really like sandwiched in with these characters like
Yeah.
doing all this shit.
And
And
boy, was
it's
Lloyd sandwiched.
and yeah,
Between your and the couch.
yeah, I mean, like I said before, Lloyd, if he wanted to, he could have stopped her from doing that. He did not stop
Ah.
that. He completely wanted that to happen.
Fuck yeah, he
He had no
did.
reservations. He had no reservations.
This is for the mission, Blue. You gotta get your facts straight. All right, he's an
He's
important
going
mission.
all in,
Oh yeah, all in.
all in.
Glad we're on the same wavelength on that. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. So we recorded this little bit with Roski, and we had talked about Yuri and like how. Okay. Originally, I had said I like the anime's presentation of Yuri. And then they went and reneged that, and now I'm like, okay, he's creepy again. But you made wonderful points, and I'd like for you to hit on those same points again of just like Yuri's whole situation and the fact that yes, he is stunted and
Right.
not necessarily. I mean, he still has a mentality of a child, in my opinion. Like he's a
Yes,
20-year-old, but
yes,
he should know
completely.
better about how to present himself, with his own sister and like the context of wanting to marry your sister, no matter the age. Like it's still weird, but like it's kind of cute when you're a kid. But yeah, what's
Yeah, it's right. Okay,
yeah,
so what I was talking about, because I am a Yuri defender and I always will be.
that's
I
fine.
completely understand why other people are totally turned off by Yuri. His presentation right now is really it's going really hard into the yeah, Yuri is like obsessed, quote unquote, obsessed with his sister. He seems like he's being possessive right now and obviously irrational, emotional. It does not help that he's drunk,
Yeah,
especially. Um but the way I see it, and the way like when I first saw Yuri, I felt the same way as everyone else did seeing him now. I didn't like him. I thought he was creepy. I thought he was like it felt cringy and overdone. Like why is he having this over the top reaction, towards his sister? Like this doesn't feel normal or right.
yeah,
However, with the context that the manga gives, again, like the manga does flesh things out like a bit more. We get a little bit more of like Yuri in general, but like Yuri, unfortunately, just due to the circumstances of what happened to him and his sister losing their parents at a very young age, has completely stunted his like growth as a person. It's given him a very warped perception kind of not in a completely unhealthy way, but it's definitely not the most healthiest normal way to see your family members, which is
yeah,
that, yours practically like his mother. She
right.
took care of him. She financially supported them. She played the roles of both a mother and a father in
Mm,
his life as a child. Like obviously when you only have like one person to rely on as like an older figure, of course you're going to look up to them and of course you're going to love them and care about them.
yeah,
And for Yuri, it was so important for him to have a sister in his life and for her to be happy. But, obviously for Yuri as a child, he only understands the familial aspects of being in a family, which means you're together with your family for like practically your entire life. So
right.
obviously to him, he thinks, oh, if I quote unquote marry my sister, I'll be with her forever, always. Not
Yeah,
that he wants to do any like anything pertaining to a
yeah,
married couple. That's not at all what he wants. That's not
yeah.
at all what that scene was about. The whole point was that he wants to be with her forever because that is his family. That is his only family. Because he's just that protective of
He
her. It's
probably wants
really
someone that reminds him of himself. Like that's the kind of person that Yuri is like,
kind
if
of
I can't be with
yeah.
her, I need somebody who's just like me to be with her. And it's like I could see that
No,
him
yeah.
giving that mentality. And like I had said, like the whole like locker thing where like you could tell he's like snapping pictures of her when she's not looking.
When she's not looking.
Like
Yeah.
there and it's those little things that like what we had discussed in the last podcast of like first impressions and like how the anime only community perceives characters versus the people who have read the manga. And even then,
Yes.
like me
Yeah.
reading the manga back then and still having all of this context, like I still find I found it gross, you know, and then like
Yeah.
I doubled back on that a little bit. You know, I still
Right. I
like
mean,
Yuri.
it took it's been like 2 years. It took a quite a long time even for me to start liking Yuri a bit more. Like I
Yeah.
spent like the first year and a half being like, "Nah, Yuri, he's kind of weird, you know, he's kind of gross." And then, we got a bit more context. I started to maybe look more deeply into his character. I started to reconsider things, have a different perspective on it, and it made
Right.
me actually start to enjoy his character like quite a bit more.
I mean, I always love the part where Lloyd's like jealous of Yor and Yuri,
Yeah.
because like you think of him as like not like caring too much about like familial bonds or anything
He
like
does
that.
care.
He
Yeah, he
does,
really
yeah.
does.
It definitely humanizes him more, and especially with the whole episode in general is like Lloyd coming to terms with his position as a husband, uh with regards to, you know, him bugging Yor later on in the episode, and then like trying to like prove or disprove her innocence. And then, like the
Oh,
entire time
yes.
Frankie's like, listen, you like don't get any feelings, like it's only gonna end badly, blah blah blah. And Lloyd's like, I know this, but at the same time it's like you know, she's my wife. Like that's his mentality right now.
Yeah.
It's like, she's my wife, I should trust her. So, and he does, and you know,
I mean,
it's
like, he said it himself, his gut tells him that she's in the clear. I
right.
mean, his gut is kinda wrong, but, like,
Yeah.
ultimately, he's not exactly wrong, she kind of really is just the person that she appears to be, fully and completely.
Yeah.
She just doesn't mention the whole assassination stuff. Like, when Frankie, obviously when he says that, and Lloyd, being a petty little bitch, he just rips the mask off, like, "I can't take you saying that to me with that fucking face."
It's fair. Like, you're gonna talk down to me when you're acting pretty, and I'm still taller than you asshole.
I know the way the internet was kind of like, "Hey, you know what? Disguise Frankie kind of hot though." It's like
Fucking
you
internet is
fake,
thirsting
you
over
fake
every
it, you
character in this
fake, you
fucking
fake Frankie
anime.
fans. He's hot without the mask, okay?
True, true. Frankie's the
and
looker.
then, Lloyd tells him like, "You really shouldn't date women wearing that mask." He's like, "Are you seriously telling me that right now?"
Right. Hey, at least
Great
Lloyd isn't
stuff.
wearing a mask. Okay. At least I hope not.
Well, not a real mask, but an
Right.
emotional
An
mask.
emotional mask. Yeah, but it's his
Emotional mask.
face, and it's a pretty face, so.
It is a pretty face. He just gets pretty privilege. The
Pretty
little sick
privileged.
bastard.
Exactly. Right. Uh,
He gets pretty privilege, yeah.
there was what was there one part? Oh, okay. I got a little nitpicky thing. In the
Oh,
manga, when they're eating breakfast, and like Anya's like, Mama is, and then like Lloyd's like, Mama's what? But like in the anime, he doesn't call her Mama, and I was like, damn it! I was like, I don't know why. I just
well,
really wanted him to call her Mama. Like,
I gotta say, like, like a long time ago, when we were talking about this anime and we were like speculating things, and like, we said before, like, we've had like a very specific image of what the manga was like in our heads because we were reading it for
yeah,
so long. Obviously with the English translations, they don't do exactly the same thing that the Japanese, what a normal Japanese conversation would be. I always forgot, like, oh yeah, they call themselves like Lloyd-san, your-san, Anya-san,
yeah.
and I understand that in the anime it's kind of done because they're kind of like, they're still kind of like strangers a bit. Like they're keeping like that distance between each other because they're not that close.
Yeah.
And like it I I understand why, but I also don't love it because
Hmm.
like they're in fantasy Germany, which means they wouldn't have to use
Oh.
those honorifics to be that polite with each other. Because I think it's kind of weird that Yor calls Anya-san. Because like
Yeah. Well,
you don't call your normal daughter that
well,
in a normal setting.
in the translation they translate it as Miss Anya, which like still
Oh,
makes it sound
right.
like she's a maid.
It's
So
so
like,
I know, it's so weird.
yeah,
I
it's a
still
little
don't
weird.
like it.
I'm hope
Because it
yeah,
just gives it like a distance. I don't like that being there.
well, I'm
'Cause like
hoping. Okay, I'm hoping they're gonna use that to their advantage, like with like the second core, like when they get into like the later chapters and stuff. Like
right.
I want yours to start calling him
I
like
want them to
Lloyd
drop
Coon,
that.
or like
I
I
know. I
just
want them to stop. I want them to stop. I want them to drop the honorific to just get to like slightly more closer, which means start using like those different honorific. I don't fucking know Japanese honorifics. I'm
well,
sorry, guys. Okay.
Lloyd Coon is like, you know, like a affectionate term, and then like
Right.
your Chan would be the same thing for a girl. So like I would
Right.
like that. I would like to hear that more
You know,
later
but
on.
parents parents don't really do that with their children, right? Not really. Do they?
Not that I know of.
Can someone in the comments like confirm if parents actually do call their children like
With
Chan?
honorifics or anything like that.
Yeah,
I don't know what
I
the
don't think
proper etiquette
so.
is. I don't know.
That feels a little weird to me, but maybe I'm just not used to it. But
We
whatever.
could Google it, but we'll leave it up to the comments.
Yeah, why not?
Oh yeah.
Let's get some more interaction let's get some more fan engagement for the YouTube
Fan
algorithm.
engagement. Yeah, right. Hey, please like, share, and subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. Might as well throw that in there, right?
You're free to dislike this if you want.
Hell
we're
yeah.
Still having a good time. We're
Thumbs
not
up, thumbs down. Just give me a thumbs. Just all the thumbs.
All the thumbs.
Yeah.
Give us your separate thumbs.
No,
don't do that.
Don't do that. No, thank you.
Okay. So yeah, so great. Episode 9 was great. I know a lot of people are probably thirsting after, Secret Police Lloyd. We know one specific user on our server who really, really likes.
Yeah, SSS Lloyd. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
let's not bring that up.
I actually put this on Twitter, Crow. I don't know if you knew.
Oh really?
But I actually posted your fic on there. Like,
wait, what?
If you like Secret Lloyd, there's a great spicy fic by you.
No, you did not.
I did. It didn't get that much views.
Good.
But it's out there. I definitely saw some thirsty people liking the post.
Oh shit! Hey, that's not me, man. I'm not about that anymore. That ain't my life. Yeah, as I write smut in secret. Anyway, all right. Okay, so episode 9, I liked it.
Overall, it was a really great episode.
It was a solid episode. Yeah.
It was a solid episode with all the teasiness of Twior not happening and the entire internet blowing up. You'd be like, no, we wanted the kiss.
Yeah.
I especially love when you sent that reaction clip of that guy. It gets close, it goes to the opening, and he just starts smacking his chair. And him being like, when we cut back to this, there better be tongue. I love that part.
I love all of those reactions. That whole honestly, the reactions were more entertaining for me than the episode itself.
Oh yeah.
It was just everyone losing their shit when they found out they weren't gonna kiss.
I mean, that's just that's the privilege of being a manga reader for so long. Like we had this shit. Okay, we had this in the back of our mind. We've already lived through the grief, the pain, and the denial of not getting the kiss, and now it's your turn.
Right. Exactly.
And now we get it in 4K.
Can't wait for the Blu-ray edition. Yeah.
It's so good. I fucking love all the reactions from all these random people.
So good. Yeah.
Different people, especially, just getting so into this anime and being like, are they gonna kiss? Oh fuck, they're not gonna kiss. God damn it.
Yeah, there's a couple of YouTubers that I've subscribed to now because of these react videos.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I haven't really found any I quite like. I just watch all the reaction mashups because they're just so fun and crazy to be like, oh my god, there's 20 different voices screaming. This is so weird for my brain, but I really like it.
Yeah, all of them I found, they were...
Is there any you'd like to shout out specifically that you really enjoy?
I'm looking for her right... Yeah. Otakumai or Otakume.
Ooh.
I just love her. I love her reaction. She's so endearing. And then she's watching all of the stuff I'm watching. Kaguya, Komi, Spy Family.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
She's got quality taste. I'm looking at her channel right now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's got quality taste.
She's very, very, very pleasant to listen to. So,
okay.
I will put the link down in the description. Please subscribe to her channel. It's great. But yeah, so, but okay. And then I loved how they went from disappointment to the not kissing scene to just the wholesome moment where Lloyd, yours I'm grateful that I married you, because I was
god, yeah.
I saw so many grown men be like, there was two in particular, there were these two guys in there and they're watching it together and she says that and he's like, bruh, she meant that shit. He's like, she's like, that came from the heart, Lloyd. You need to they were so into it.
The thing is that even though we didn't get that kiss, I think that moment was definitely so much more emotionally substantial.
Oh yeah.
I think people were willing to forgive that we didn't get the kiss because we got that scene.
100%.
We got Yor's beautiful face just telling Lloyd, "I'm glad I married you, Lloyd," and just Lloyd just, like, kind of stunned into silence.
Right,
Like, he
which is
he did
the
not think.
best. I love when
It
he
is the
doesn't have
best.
shit to say. Like, I love when
Yeah.
she catches him off guard so many
And, like,
times, and I love seeing it
I
every time.
I am so mesmerized by how beautiful all the coloring was for it. Like,
Yeah.
I just love how I'm so enthralled by how well they draw the characters. Like,
Yeah.
they're just so pretty. They're
Mhm.
just so beautiful to look at. And I just love that every single time there's like a cute scene between them, there's always like Lloyd's got like that 3 or 2 subtle like blush marks on his
Yes,
cheek
yes.
all the
The never
time.
full on
All the
blush.
time. It's like, we see you. We see right through you, Twilight,
Right.
okay?
You can't fool us.
You can't
You can fool
like
yourself,
fool
but you
me.
can't fool us. Yeah.
No, you can't. No, you can't, man.
Yeah.
Like, and
But
it's just so, I don't know why, but it's just so comforting to see Yor being so open about herself and Lloyd being so closed off
yeah.
and Lloyd being like, I don't know how to feel about a woman being this kind to me without being super
Ulterior
interested in
motives.
sleeping with me,
Yeah.
I guess.
Right.
Because, like, he said it before. He slept with thousands of women, supposedly.
Thousands. I don't know if it was
Bullshit.
thousands,
Yeah,
but
no, no, he said, I think thousands
did
of
he?
women.
No, I
Yes,
thought
I'm
he was
pretty sure.
like countless women or something like
Oh, I
that.
don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, like the point is,
Thousands.
they make it a point to say that, yeah, okay, he slept around. He's had fake romantic relationships with other women.
Yeah.
And yet I think we all know that he's never quite been like this, like thrown off by a woman before in a fake relationship.
So like
And I think it's only different because, she is also not in a relationship with him. He's not faking emotions with her. He's not pretending to be in love with her. He
yeah.
doesn't have to.
Yeah.
He just gets to, okay, we are working together. We are like partners.
Yeah.
Like actual partners.
Yeah.
And honestly, what marriage practically isn't just that,
Yeah.
to be fair,
Right.
you know?
And
So like
going
I
back to
I
like
think
what
yeah.
going back to just before we move on though, but what you were talking about with
Hmm.
like the color design and like the or the character design and like the color choices and all of that,
Right.
like especially with that moment between the two of them, and like you said, like the characters themselves, they're always clean, but like with just the rounded faces and just like the blushing and like in the background you've got like those watercolors, and it's very beautiful, and it really lends itself to what you're saying about like the whole like openness between them, and how like you're from the very beginning has been nothing but open and honest with Lloyd, and he
Yeah.
doesn't know how to react to that because he's
Oh,
always had
absolutely
women,
not.
anybody he's ever been in contact with has ulterior motives. Like that's what's running through
Right.
his head.
You
With
know?
yeah, with your it's very different because, and here's the thing too, is because your is Lloyd's foil in that she is stronger than him. Like
Yeah.
if it was one on one, she would kill him. So
Yes,
like
you would.
there's a power dynamic there that I don't think Lloyd is used to, and
Oh, yeah.
that really puts him in a situation to where I mean he doesn't realize it how strong she really is. Like he knows she's strong, like monster strong, but like
Yeah,
yeah,
but
it's not in his head that she's an assassin that's out to kill him or anything like that. It's just from I believe from like from her perspective to him, it's like I don't know, like she doesn't have any reason to have any guards up because if he ever hurt her, I feel like there would be no question as to she would nip that in the
yeah,
butt before anything would happen. So she doesn't feel guarded around him, and that catches
right.
Lloyd off because everyone's guarded about something, but Yor isn't that way with him. So like that's where he
Absolutely
starts
not.
to melt down his walls, and that we see that in this episode, and we're gonna get way more of it later on, and I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
wait to see all of that. It's gonna be
Yeah,
so
I
good.
know, and, like, Lloyd's speech when he says, like, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, and, we try so hard to fit the molds of who people think we should be, it gets exhausting to act all the time, and it's like,
Hmm.
"We know what you're talking about, Lloyd, we know you're tired of having to pretend to be, you know, Twilight practically, maybe the perfect husband, maybe the perfect father. Like, I
Yeah,
think he does a very good job, but I know deep down he is tired truly of the lies, but to him, it's worth it. I think Lloyd needs to learn to be a little bit more selfish and like be there because he needs to be there for Anya. He needs to be there for Yor
yeah,
and everything. And he needs to be there for, his friends, or like his one friend, Frankie,
Right.
and whatnot. Like I think that's something Lloyd truly needs to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as time goes on, is like, people care about you and they rely on you, and you rely on them too,
Okay,
Lloyd.
actually, speaking of that, about relying on other people, so this leads directly into episode 10. All right,
Oh, perfect.
so your
Okay, no more emotional talk. It's time just for funny, good shit now.
okay. Well, I was gonna say, so like
Okay.
Lloyd gives the reins over to Yor on this one, and her and Anya are like the main focus for like the first
Oh
half of the
yeah,
episode,
that's
right?
true. That's true.
But before that is
Oh yes.
Mis-
Let's talk about it.
Mr. Elegante. Um,
Elegante.
Yeah, so it threw me off because okay, this opening bit from episode 10 is actually a short mission.
It's a short mission, but it's
from
like much later on.
way
Much
later on, like chapter
It
27.1 or something like that.
Yeah, but it makes a lot of sense that they stuck it in here because they can get away with it. It's just Henderson going about his school,
Yeah,
his life at the Eden Academy, being an educator. So it makes sense that they could kind of stick that anywhere
hmm
whenever there's Eden students. And I think it works here more
yeah,
or less
I
because
think
like
so too.
that chapter, because the punchline of that chapter is just, oh, Henderson is peacefully going about his day. He's teaching the students, and then we cut to Damien and Anya getting to another one of their million little fights.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it lends itself perfectly to this episode because we're getting actually more focus on Damien,
yeah,
you know, and his kind of insecurities about not getting attention from his father, not even getting like his parents to come take a fucking photo with him, which is
right,
horrible.
right,
I truly think is horrible.
right.
And his friends, Ewan and Emil, kind of rub salt in the wound unintentionally by bringing in that photo album, being like, "Wow, that's your older brother Demetrius. Oh, look at him. He looks so amazing and
Which they didn't
cool
even
as an
show him
imperial
off. I was
scholar."
so mad
They
about
were
that.
they were teasing him. They were fucking teasing him for us manga readers, and I hate them for that.
Like they know we're not gonna get it for 63 chapters.
For anime only, Demetrius has not shown up yet. It's chapter 63, so he's not showing up for a long fucking time. So if you're hoping you're gonna see Demetrius, no, you're not.
Unless they change it, unless they do something different in the
Unless they
anime, but yeah.
Ooh, oh, that would fucking burn me. I'm not gonna lie. It's
Really?
like they don't have to wait. Well, they don't have to wait. We had to wait for like 3 years.
We
For
had to
3
wait,
years,
so
if
they
they
have
get
to
it
wait.
within 1 year, fuck them. Okay, why did they get special treatment? I'm kidding.
Hey, we
I'm
benefit
kidding.
too. We get
I
to see.
love all the anime fans, but yeah, no, they were really pushing hard on like Damien doesn't get any attention and love from his family.
Yeah.
Demetrius is like more loved and gets more attention because he's already successful, which isn't fair because Demetrius is practically already like 18 or something, right?
Yeah, he's like 17.
So he's practically already like going to become an
He's
adult.
an adult,
Damien's
yeah.
only 6. Like that's an incredibly hard hurdle to go over, and it's so damaging that Damien has to be burdened with this pressure of like you better live up to your parents' expectations, which means you have to be better than your
You
brother,
have to get
which is
Stella
completely
stars.
which is so unfair. Like I think in general, I should just say this in general, it is very damaging for parents to do that to their children. I'm not special or anything. Like I don't have any good accomplishments for them to be proud of because they're always going to compare it to someone who already did it first, which
Yeah.
really isn't fair. Like everyone should be proud of their own accomplishments, and Damien truly doesn't feel like he can be. Even now, he doesn't feel like he kind of can be,
Yeah.
and it really fucking sucks.
Yeah. And
Um,
luckily he has Emil and Ewan who are like you know what? And they're the butt of everyone's jokes when they first see them, but like
I know
they
they're
are
actually really
they are
good
ride or
friends.
die. Like these
I
guys.
know. It's really, really sweet, honestly, to see
Yeah.
like these guys. They're not just, oh yeah, we're gonna be, we're gonna get chummy chummy with Damien because it's gonna get us like, it's gonna
Yeah.
be beneficial for us. No, they actually really like Damien, and they really, really like being his friend.
So okay, going back to Damien, like him kind of being the focus of this episode, which a lot of these
Yeah.
scenes they weren't in the manga, and I like that they added
Oh
them.
yeah. Oh yeah.
they
All
added
these
them in
anime,
here.
the training montage.
Oh well,
and,
yeah.
like,
I was talking
manga-
more about like the beginning with like Damien like talking about Demetrius
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
his dad and all of that. But yeah, no, like the whole anime only parts of your training Anya,
They
that was
had
really
me
great too.
howling with laughter. I was so delighted by all of these little kids and their imaginations just running
Okay,
wild.
all right,
Completely.
so we get to the actual dodgeball tournament, and like Billy Watkins, my boy, He is my favorite fucking character in this goddamn manga. Like, he's just like, oh my god, daddy.
His deep,
just the
masculine
deepest voice, daddy.
It's the funniest fucking thing ever. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up because I did try looking up who the voice actor was, because I was curious. So the voice actor is named Hiroki Yasumoto. This guy usually just does like beefy buff, like obviously he does characters like he clearly sounds like.
The moment he opened his mouth, I was howling. Like it was.
I know.
It was so.
I could not. I had a hard time paying attention to the rest of the episodes. Like, oh my god, fucking Billy! Every time he opens his mouth, I can't fucking think straight.
And his father is fucking Bison from Street Fighter. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up right now. It's on the screen right now. His dad is fucking Bison.
That was Rusky's contribution. He was like, oh my god, they got fucking Bison.
That was immediately. He's like, is that fucking Bison? Like.
By the way, like the voice actor for Billy also did his father. Obviously, like you could totally tell.
Yeah.
But they're the exact same voice actor.
Right. Yeah. He just takes after his father. Yeah.
And I just want to point this out now, because like by the time this chapter kind of came out, I was already kind of like getting a little bit into Spike's family.
Yeah.
There was a great meme on Tumblr at the time where it was like Billy showed up in the manga panel, and then someone had an image of Terry Crew wearing some sign that said 7-year-old boy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
And I have never been able to get that image out of my fucking head. It is like the funniest thing to me. Because when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, is that Terry Crew?
I want to build a spaceship. It just breaks that thing out.
Yeah, someone should definitely make some kind of redrawn meme of that with Billy and like fucking Henderson or something.
Oh yeah.
But okay, we should. Okay. Just to get into the whole thing, the whole episode goes into the fact that the kids have heard a rumor from their other friends, whoever their fucking other friends are from class 7.
Yeah.
That you can get a Stellar if you win this dodgeball competition, like become an MVP and get a Stellar.
Yeah.
So Anya, she tells her parents that, and Yor's like, okay, we'll train you up really hard. So Yor's like making her work really hard to do sit-ups and pull-ups and like throw the ball and like destroy trees in the park.
Yor was a fucking monster in this, and like it was hilarious. Don't get me wrong. It was hilarious. But somebody pointed this out in the comments, and I was I agreed with them, and they're like, okay, like I read the manga and I'm watching the anime, and like you cannot tell me that after all of this, after having Yor fucking obliterate trees and like split the water in half with a dodgeball, that Lloyd isn't the least bit concerned by any of that. And like to my answer to that was, okay, he wasn't there. He didn't see it. Anya saw it. Yeah,
he left it all to Yor.
And Anya ain't saying shit, so.
Yeah, no, she would be the last person to be like, oh yeah, Mama like destroyed a bunch of trees. She wants them to stay together, so of course she's not gonna like reveal that Yor's like
fucking insane
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love, like, I was howling already at, like, oh my god, they got, like, that ninja thing where she's, like, in the waterfall, and it's like, oh, wait, no, she's just in the shower, it's her imagination, I fucking lost it, because I thought for a legit second, like, where did they find a waterfall in the fucking park? What kind of park is this?
Wait, I didn't even catch the shower part, like, I thought she was actually in a waterfall.
They did not find an actual waterfall in the fucking...
Listen.
The little park, okay, they went to she was in the shower, and she was imagining she was getting
literally all of the references in here, like I wouldn't have been surprised. Okay, I counted the references. Okay, we got Hunter x Hunter. All right, that was basically the entire episode. The entire episode was the dodgeball episode from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like literally, I think the one part where like Damien goes in to block it is like that scene where like it was like Hisoka and like all the 3 of them are like in a train like trying to stop this one ball from like knocking them all out or whatever. Like it looked just like that. So that was great. Haikyuu, the volleyball one. I think there were a couple of references there. I don't watch it. Somebody else pointed it out.
I don't watch it either. I'm not really a sports fan, but Spike's Family is now my favorite sports anime.
Hell yeah! I can't wait for the tennis arc. Oh my god.
Like I know, like thinking about it, seeing this, I'm like, they're gonna go fucking insane, and I'm not gonna be able to like keep my composure whatsoever.
I'm gonna be
Because that arc
laughing
was
so hard.
that arc was like this dodgeball episode. The tennis arc is like that on steroids, literally on steroids, guys.
Yeah. And
like you are in for a oh my god, a fucking treat.
I really love this one just because, like you had said earlier, like the kids were just being kids, and okay, Damien and Mrs. Crow pointed this out to me. She's like, he's such a weeb because he'll name his like abilities or whatever, and I'm like, you have no idea because he does that shit in the manga, and it's even worse. Like he'll be like sweeping broom attack or like something like that, and he'll be like cleaning outside or something.
That's adorable because Anya does the exact same thing.
True.
They literally do the exact same thing. They make up like stupid moves.
God, they're such dorks for each other.
And like
perfect.
I want to say that it was so kind of like nice and just refreshing to see these kids actually being kids, because like
oh yeah,
in the manga you honestly kind of forget because like oh yeah they're like most of them are all like nepotism babies because you know, they come from rich families and stuff, and they all have like high class culture flowing through their veins or whatever. That it was so nice to just see them like just like any other normal kid, like living their life who isn't super rich and going to like a fancy academy. You know, they're playing on the playground. They're having like their crazy imaginations go wild. We're like, yeah, shadow balls, and we're gonna catch it and stuff.
I love the Dragon Ball Z reference, and it turned out it was just a car tire.
This episode, it was so smart how they played it, because this episode was the most anime heavy kind of episode of Spike's Family we've seen so far, and it was so perfect that they just use the kids' imagination as an excuse to be like, yeah, no, they got like Dragon Ball Z.
I love it so much. And,
like, the kids like feel like they're climbing up a giant cliff and it's just like a little jungle gym, and then poor like Ewan falls off, you know. And like, you know, he's like shouting out on the floor like, "You're the real MVP, Damien!" And then Damien on the giant tire swing. I fucking love that. I love that clip where he's just like hanging on like, "I'm gonna be the MVP."
and then
they're so cute.
They are
so fucking adorable.
And then like the three of them with their combination attacks, and like Emil's doing the Naruto run. Okay,
I could not take it.
He does the Naruto run, and then like later on they do a shadow clone attack.
I couldn't keep looking at the screen. I was like, oh my god, they're doing like some slow-mo shit. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Shadow clone attack. I love it. And then
like Billy. I remember I pointed it out. Like I thought it was a computer, and then Roski was like, "Cut the camera
Cut the camera. Shut it off."
He couldn't. He just like did not say anything.
Roski does not approve. Roski does not approve of
dot.
computers in the 1960s. We'll just throw that out there
1970s.
for him. 70s.
Don't let Roski hear you saying 1960s. Okay, clearly to him it's 1970s.
We love you, Roski.
Love you, Roski.
Okay, I love the comedy in this episode was top notch, and it was all based on Billy, because he had the perfect timing to just nail these people in the face. And the part where Emil takes the ball for Damien, okay, I laughed, okay, but then when Ewan comes over and he's like hovering over, he's like, "It's gonna be okay, man," and then just Billy just comes in and just fucking knocks him out, like right there too. Like I was like, oh my God.
I always get them mixed up, but it's Ewan is the chubby one with the bowl cut, and then the long-haired one is Emil.
Ewan is the one with the weird hair, with the tall hair.
Oh, is he? Oh,
yeah.
Fuck, I fucked it up. Oh my God.
The way I remembered is Ewan is like ill, and like his hair is ill, so that's how I remember it.
Ewan.
Yeah, exactly.
God. Why couldn't just one of them have a different lettered name?
I don't know.
Would that have been so hard, Endo? Did you just want E-names because you're your name? Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this episode was so good.
Yeah.
It made me laugh. It put me in like such a wonderful mood.
It was like very lighthearted. Like obviously to the kids it meant a lot, but like everyone else, and Mr. Henderson's like all the kids are acting like they're getting killed, and Mr. Henderson's just like, "Okay, you're out." Like next person.
Yeah. Because he didn't see what they're seeing, which is like this is like a battle for their lives practically.
Right, for their Stella Star.
You know, this for them, this dodgeball, this is their battlefield. Right. This is them going to war right now.
They gotta seize the star.
Yeah.
And Anya, God, She had me going for a second. Like, I knew how this episode was gonna end.
Right? I almost thought too, like, are they gonna change it? She's actually gonna like hit him or something?
Nope.
But of course not. She like she threw it way too soon, I think was the problem. Or too late.
Too late, yeah. You could tell this she had some good oomph behind it, but yeah, she just pegged the floor and then like, Billy picked it up and was like, yeah, out.
I mean, the way like yours leg just, oh my god, it just went up in the air like holy shit, girl, like damn. You do like fucking yoga like every fucking night or something, probably. Lloyd is a lucky man.
Damn, wifey.
That's all I could say about that. That's all I can say. She's very flexible.
Oh boy.
Anyway, back to the kids just being kids.
Yeah, there's not much else to say about how it ended, just other than okay. Actually, go ahead.
Big reveal, guys. You don't get Stella Star for winning the dodgeball tournament.
Oh, right.
It was all fucking rumor, and the kids were like, "What? No, you don't get it." It's like, no. Henry's like, "What? You wouldn't win a star for winning a fucking tournament, kids."
Dumbasses.
Yeah, practically.
He's like, "Oh, I will give you a Tonitrus bolt for saying the word die when you're trying to, nail her in the face." And he's like,
it was cute that he admired, like, oh, it was nice seeing, like, Anya and Damien actually getting along. And then Damien walks over, he takes a deep, calming breath, and he's like, "You fucking idiot! And drops the ball like that."
Okay, but all right, so go at the beginning of the match. Okay, when somebody pointed this out. I think Pines pointed it out. But so like when Damien's walking away and Anya's reading his thoughts. In the manga, Emil and Ewan are right there behind him, but in the anime, it's just by himself. And I think that was a really like deliberate choice on the animator's part to like really like sell the idea that Damien is by himself in this, and like even though Emil and Ewan are helping him, he feels very isolated. So like this is him trying to get this Stella Star in order to get his dad's recognition.
Yeah.
But that in turn really sells the whole like Damien simping is like that was so important to him, and yet he couldn't stand the thought of Anya getting fucking hit in the face by that dodgeball.
I know. It's really sweet.
Yeah.
Like,
and even though he was an asshole about it afterwards, it was still like, David, you're a good guy.
Well, you know what? He's a 6-year-old. I mean, like, he's got ways to go, but he's only 6. He's gonna slowly get better. Like, we finally, I think, got some actual hints of that potentially.
Yeah.
From the recent chapters.
Oh yeah.
So, like, I truly believe that they can actually become really good friends later on in the manga. I'm assuming that's where it's supposed to be going, is that they actually are going to become friends, Anya and Damien.
Right.
And like maybe little cutesy like hand holding or something. I don't know. They're fucking 6. I'm not expecting like real romance to blossom between them. They're just kids, guys.
Right.
But just the sweetest little hints of like, they kind of like each other. They're just being cute little babies, and whatnot.
It's adorable.
That's all I want. That's all I want.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the extent I want of the relationship.
Hand-holding.
Yeah.
There technically already was hand-holding.
Yeah, there was in the light
novel. I haven't
novel.
read that, so I don't know exactly. I want to read it someday. Like, someone please, if anyone here is a translator, could someone please?
Somebody translated it on the Discord.
Yeah, but the entire thing? I thought it was only like one chapter from a Taiwanese chapter. I don't know.
Possibly.
Taiwanese,
I don't know. It might be on one of the pinned comments, but well, we'll figure it out.
It's fine. You'll figure it out. But
yeah.
Yeah, no, these episodes were great.
The episodes were great, and then the teaser for next episode. Okay,
God. Yeah, we were right on the money. We were completely right about that.
You and Roski were. I am eating my words right now. I did not think that they were gonna get to this part in the manga so early.
Next preview, it's all about Lloyd trying to help Anya actually try to get Stellar Star.
Are you eating a cookie right now?
Sorry, I'm eating some candy.
I'm gonna eat a cookie since you're eating a cookie.
Okay,
or
well,
candy.
I'm eating candy. I'm eating candy.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, so Lloyd tries to help Anya actually work to get a Stellar Star, and he tries out a few things with like art, violin, jump rope. It doesn't really work, but Anya says, "I'm gonna try my best to actually get this."
Yeah.
And so they finally settle on, okay, we'll do some community service at a local hospital.
Yeah.
And Anya like, bless her sweet little heart, she fucks it up.
Yeah. Yes, she
She
does.
keeps getting distracted, and she's not very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of just want to kick her out. But what ends up happening is that she hears someone calling for help in her mind because in the pool, in the hospital, they have like a physical therapy thing. So they have a pool there.
Mm.
There's a little boy who I think believe broke his arm or broke his leg or something. And so his physical therapist, I'm assuming, was going to help him try to get into swimming to help him move his
No,
body
that was
more.
his mom.
Oh, no, I don't thought that was his mom. I
Yeah,
thought that was just
because
like a
she shows up in the after the awards
oh.
alongside the dad. Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought she was just like a therapist this whole time. Anyway, okay. So I guess his mother, which is a little more horrifying, but his mother, she leaves him for a second. He like tries to dip his hand in the pool. He
Mm.
slips in and he starts to drown.
Yeah.
Anya hears this, and her first thought is, "Oh shit! I gotta do something." So she immediately just runs off, like, "I'm gonna work on my swimming to get a stellar star." As an excuse,
Goodbye.
she dives. She dives right in. You know, like she's 6 year. She's like 5 or 6, so she definitely doesn't know how to swim.
Yeah.
And like, that's how the preview kind of just ends, is her, like, choking
Mm-hmm.
on water, and I'm sure any other anime fan would be like, "Oh my god, Anya's fucking drowning. What the fuck is happening?"
Right. What's
And, like, well,
happening?
luckily we know. We don't have to
Right.
stress too much because we know that Lloyd's gonna come and pull her out,
Yeah.
and rescue the poor kid,
And
and she finally gets her first Star, and it's so perfect that she got it because she saved someone, not because she was like great at school, simply just because she wanted to help someone who was in trouble. It's
it,
just, it's just so
it's a very tender
wonderful.
moment between them, and then and it's significant because it leads into the last episode of the first core of this anime.
Oh yes,
And
oh yes.
we're going to get a tease of, I'm assuming we're going to get a tease. We're probably
We
either
have
going to,
to.
yeah, of the fourth and final Forger family member. Uh,
That we know of. Who
that
knows? There could be.
I
There
know
could
you.
be
I
a
know you
cat in
wanted
the
them to have a
future.
cat. Yeah.
I really want them to have a kitten because there's a kitten in my apartment now,
And
and
there's a kitten
she's
in my
crazy.
apartment too. Yeah.
Yeah, look, let's advocate for kitten Forger.
Kitten Forger, Little
Kitten
Wise.
Forger.
Yeah.
Little Wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cat's
But
name is Wise. Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna finally see Bond come in, and I'm so excited for that
hmm
because I know the Inu San Crisis, or yeah, the Crisis arc is definitely, I think, a fan favorite for a lot of the server members
Yeah.
for a lot of reasons.
Oh yeah.
It certainly is one of my favorite too. Like,
hmm
it was wonderfully like action packed. There was a lot of sweetness, a lot of crazy moments.
Yeah.
Um, like, I guess we won't go into too much detail here, but like, it's a great arc, and I'm looking forward to the anime fans finally getting a taste of that.
Yeah.
Like, especially because there's a really fun dark moment
Yeah. Oh
that I'm
no
sure
no
the
no
fans are
no!
gonna.
Wait, go.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. But I'm saying that the anime fans, are gonna lose their fucking minds.
Oh, the internet's gonna lose their minds.
The
100%.
reactions to that are gonna be so good. I'm gonna eat that shit up for
Right.
days.
And I'm trying to figure out how the rest how they're gonna handle the rest of these episodes, because okay, I'm assuming that after this coming episode 12, we're gonna have, they're gonna tease Bond, and then they'll lead into the Innocent Crisis. I'm still trying to figure
Right.
out where the aquarium and the date episodes are gonna fit into this, because we had
Oh,
talked about it
right. That's
previously.
right.
Yeah, it needs to happen
Those came
before.
before Bond,
Right.
or they might just do some kind of like, oh, Frankie
Some
is babysitting
retconning,
Bond.
either that or like
Probably.
literally just put Bond in there, which they might
That,
do.
that would be kind of cute.
Yeah, yeah, Bond's following them around too. That would be really cute. I would,
Or
I would like a little change on that, but
that would be sweet because I mean, we all adore like Lloyd and Bond literally being like, Bond is man's best friend. He is literally Lloyd's best friend.
yeah, but no, like
Anyway.
the season, or not season 2, core 2, that's gonna be, if that's what they're setting up. If they're setting up the Innocent Crisis to start right when we come back in the fall, that's gonna blow the fucking anime community out the water. Like those first,
Oh
like
yeah.
I'm assuming it's gonna be like 3 episodes or so, like 2 or 3 episodes, and for those 3 weeks, it's gonna be like Spy Family is gonna be top. Like there's so
Yeah.
many moments in that arc that like
I
it's
mean, like, if like episode 5 is anything to go off of, this Anyuton Crisis is gonna be crazy packed with action and literal explosions, or well, almost explosions, but
attempted
lots of
explosions.
action.
Yeah.
Lots of action. I'm not looking forward to the weird niche fans who are like, yeah, Keith is hot even though he's a terrorist.
He's okay. I'll defend Keith's character design. I
No!
won't defend him as a
Oh, I
character
was about to
though.
say, like, you're gonna defend Keith after I defend Yuri? Are you kidding me right now?
I'm not. I don't have a death wish. Okay, like, yeah, he's a
Good.
piece of shit, but he looks good.
God. God.
Uh,
You Spy Family bitches, you like every time you see a pretty face, you just melt like butter.
Shut up. I need to write a love rival for Lloyd that isn't Lancelot. So
Hey, let's keep him out of this, okay?
don't speak his name in front of me, right?
God, even though I fucking wrote him and I still have to finish that fic.
Yeah, you and me
Anyway.
both.
I should say, like, the animation for episode 10 was wonderfully phenomenal with
Oh
all
yeah.
of the
Oh
crazy
yeah.
extra bits they did with the imaginations,
The
but not only
camera
that, but like
shots, like all
camera
of
shot
that.
of like them going around Anya as she's like dramatically getting ready to
Yeah.
gear her body up to do that swing and throw the ball was so good.
Yeah.
You could honestly tell they put a lot of money into that, and it was well worth it, in
Oh
my
yeah,
opinion.
100%.
Like,
The action got
I
a lot
am
of attention.
yeah, I am like thoroughly impressed by how much they've kind of I think like because in the beginning, like we started off at some point, like we had to get like some standard of what the animation was gonna be,
Yeah.
and it was pretty good. I feel like they really gotten way more comfortable. Like, okay, we know these characters now. We know how they look like. We know how to like write them a bit more. We can get a little more crazy with some of these scenes and some of these animation choices. And it feels like they really like come into it like
Yeah.
really really well.
100%.
Yeah. And
There
because I believe I'm trying to remember, episode 9 I believe was done by Wit, and then episode 10 is Cloverworks.
yeah.
Though I think I heard Roski say that episode 10 might have also just been done by Wit this time.
So
I'm
okay,
not entirely sure
okay, actually about that. I don't know
because I
if we
thought
had
like
talked about it, but Wit and Cloverworks recently announced that they are going to be they're creating their own studio together.
wow, really?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. It's Cloverworks, Wit Studio, Suisha, I don't know how to say it, and Aniplex. They will be combining their forces and creating Joen, a brand new anime studio primarily focused on planning and producing anime series, films, and short clips. And that's off of Google right there.
I think it's amazing that those two studios are coming together. Like Spike's Family is kind of like the birth of that, which
Yeah,
is amazing to hear. Because I I always expected or I always hoped Spike's Family would be a great anime, but it seems like Spike's Family might become a pioneer of some kind of new form of anime practically.
right.
And it's so amazing to me that like we get the privilege as fans to be there for the ride.
Oh yeah,
And I'm sure Endo must feel really great about knowing that his story is, becoming just like this household name
it
practically, I feel
is.
like, in
And
the anime world.
especially after how long he's been trying to make a hit,
I
basically.
know.
Eh,
This man truly, truly deserves all the fame and recognition he gets right now. Like he worked really long and really hard to get to this point,
yeah,
and he absolutely deserves everything he's getting his way.
yeah.
Like I'm really happy and proud for him. Like he truly deserves everything he's getting right now. I'm a very big fan of Spike's Family, and I probably will be for the rest of my life. This manga and anime have turned me into like a full-on weeb. Like all I want is Spike's Family merch in my house at
Yeah.
all times.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to like go bankrupt when I go to Anime Expo. Oh, speaking of Anime Expo a little bit. I mean, I said this in my art account, but I don't know if there's any Anime Expo fans listening to this, but I will be going. And if you want to say hi, you can say hi to me.
Go
I
to
don't know.
Anime Expo.
I don't have any fans
Say
probably,
hi
but
to
I
Cool
am
Blue.
I am going to be on the lookout for any like Lloyd or Sylvia or Fiona cosplayers wearing my pin. I
Oh
want
yes,
pictures and selfies with all of them.
yes. Take all the pictures.
Yeah,
We'll have a
and there's
little.
also I should also say like there's going to be a Spikes Family panel at Anime Expo.
Oh
I'm going to try to
yes.
attend that, and I plan on trying to give pins to all the voice actors.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah.
I'm really trying to. I have no idea if I'm going to get in, but I'm hoping I can because I'd really just like to, show them my appreciation for their
Yeah.
work, even if I don't per se love.
Yeah, I should specify we're
Like
talking about the English voice
the English
cast
dub, the English
of
dub,
Lloyd,
yeah.
Yor, and Anya.
I
And
love the Japanese dub. I have no complaints about them, but the English dub, like, I appreciate their work. I may not love all of it, but I really appreciate them doing it.
yeah.
So I still want to like try to gift them something. Be like, I
Yes,
really like your
we won't be
stuff.
assholes.
Yeah, I won't be assholes in their faces. I'll be an asshole here.
No, don't be an asshole here. All right, well, keep the lookout for Blue if you're going to be heading that direction. Next week we're going to try to do another episode, get Roski on here, hopefully with a new mic, and have him talk about Sylvia, because definitely want to hear about that from him.
Oh yeah, he needs to let all of his emotions out.
And I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to talk about with this next episode and the preview for the final episode of this course. So lots to talk about. So yeah, we'll be ramping things up, and hopefully we'll have more exciting stuff for you in the future. But in the meantime, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Again, thank you, Blue and Roski, for hooking us up with just top tier good stuff. So I really appreciate it.
It was my pleasure, absolute pleasure. But I am very happy with how it came out. I need to still go back and like do more of those, but
yeah,
all of them will eventually be put in at some point.
Yes, we're gonna retroactively update all of our stuff. It's not a huge priority right now, but we'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, no, we'll make it look really nice and clean and like cohesive.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And again, thank you, and thank you all for listening in. And we will.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yes.
Like, I love like reading everyone's comments. I know we said it before, but everyone leaves such nice long comments to. Basically, like, it's very clear they're literally listening to our podcast. They're like, oh, I heard this point and that point, I agreed with it.
Yes, you guys are actually sticking around.
I want you guys to know that I really appreciate reading all of that, and I try to like all the comments if I can, or try to respond a little bit, because it really makes me like feels really nice to know that people are really like engaging with us.
Oh yeah.
As just like a community, not like it's like, oh, you're my fans. Like, no, we're just a community of fans trying to talk about the exact same thing we love about. And I fucking love it, because I just love when creative people can come together and just create content that they love about the things that they like.
It's an open
in this
community.
Case Spikes family.
Yeah.
Very, very much so.
Thank you all for commenting and all of your wonderful insights.
If you want to read some cool fics, you should go check out Crow's.
That's okay. We don't need to shout me out.
It's called The Crow. LACROW.
Do you know how to spell it?
I almost forgot.
Okay.
I almost forgot how to spell it. I was like, oh, I gotta think about that for a second.
Okay, well, Cool Blue Rays also has an AO3 account.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got my latest fic is a purely My Chemical Romance inspired, angsty, bitter 18-year-old like Lloyd being a soldier. It is not that good, but I thought it was good at the time.
Lovely. Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, I mean, it's just writing. It's just making fan creations. I do also have an Etsy shop. Just saying, it's restocked right now. Anyway, you can get a cool pin for if you want to cosplay Lloyd or Fiona and Sylvia.
I will add the link below.
I also have a new product I'm working on. I'm getting a manufacturer to make it. It's not. I don't know how long it's gonna take to make, but it's on its way. So be on the lookout for my Instagram when I announce that. Thank you.
Interesting. I'll have to follow that. Well, first I have to make an Instagram, but.
Come on, you old bird! Get on the social media.
Damn kids! All right, we're signing. Damn it, kids! We're signing off.
Bye, guys.
Bye.